Hey tribe, it's your girl Phylicia Benn back with you with another video. Ooh, I'm so proud of myself. Like, I'm really getting the hang of this. Today's video is going to be about how to increase emotional intelligence. And the reason why I decided to make this video was because I was kind of like going in on my stories on Instagram, and based on the responses that I was getting, I realized that this should be a permanent video. The reason why I'm making this video is because those of y'all who know, I'm currently in a relationship with someone who I see as my twin flame. Now, those of y'all who understand twin flame relationships understand that it is not no walk in the park. It is actually very, very, very challenging. Okay? And the reason why it's challenging is because your twin flame forces you to do shadow work. So basically, toxic traits that you have within yourself, your partner kind of reflects and mirrors those same toxic traits. This is why people don't talk about how most of the time twin flame relationships do not work because of this issue. If you are growing and your partner is not growing, or if you guys are both not growing and you guys are constantly bumping heads, that is usually the reason why twin flames relationship do not ever work out. So because I am literally making an effort to be a better version of myself every single day, and especially now being a mom and a child, I am aware of things that I need to work on, and I am aware that in order for me to make those changes, it's up to me and I can't rely on anybody else. So this is why I have been practicing emotional intelligence, because I really want to be a positive example for my child and how he handles conflict in the future. So number one on the list will have to be cognizant dissonance, which also means self-awareness. Now, if you're in the middle of an argument with someone and you feel yourself getting heated, you feel yourself getting defensive, you feel yourself like really, really getting angry, just stop. That's the number one way of being able to break this chain and break the cycle, is being self-aware. You are making a huge change already by just simply being self-aware. Number two, silence, okay? And it is taking me 3 years being with my partner to realize that this is the best thing for peace for me. And it's also the most powerful thing. Like, being silent can be extremely powerful. And the struggle with being silent is that your ego will make you want to cuss a motherfucker out. Like, that's the hardest part for me, because especially when I know I'm being gaslit and they're just pissing me off, it's very hard for me not to read a motherfucker from left to right, right to left, back, front, and center. You see, my accent came out because it is route. See, I have fire in me. I have fire in me. So being silent has been a struggle, but I can see that at the end of the day, it is positive results for me and for my child. Because when you're angry and you're in the heat of the moment and you're saying things, more than likely you're not going to be saying things that's going to be productive to the conversation to end in a positive way. So if you need to just be silent so you can go pray about it, go meditate about it, go walk it off, ride a bike or whatever, so you can refresh and like have clarity on that situation, then that is something that you need to do. Silence is extremely powerful. Another thing, like, especially like if you're with a partner, that even if you are silent and they're still going in and they're still, and like they won't get the hint to just shut the fuck up, then walk away. Which leads me to my third point. It is okay to walk away from the situation, especially if it is toxic, okay? Take some time to do some self-care, which is going to be number 4. Self-care, love, pour into yourself, get clarity on the situation, and then come back to the situation with a clear head. That is the best way to approach an argument or a disagreement or whatever you want to call it. That's the best way to approach it, is to walk away. Because to be hell, if you're going to go and catch a case behind some boy, you know what I'm saying, or behind some girl, or whoever it is that you felt has wronged you, it is not worth it to just be like losing your voice behind this person. So walk away, take some time to yourself. It could take days, it can take weeks, it might even take months depending on the situation. If you can, just do what you got to do. So this other thing would be like tone and delivery. So for me, that's something that I'm actively working on still, because I know that I can be very straightforward and to the point, and I can be very dry. But and I would rather be like that instead of screaming at the top of my lungs or getting all kind of all just nasty with it. Like, I'm just very like direct to the point. Like, this is the issue, let's solve the issue. Like, instead of like going all over the place. So for me, it's like keeping that same monotone delivery. Like, basically how I see it is the same voice that you would use to ask someone for a favor is the same voice that you should use in the middle of an argument. And I have become hyper aware of that having a child, because he is so observant, he is so attentive, so he watches every single thing we're doing. So when we're having a disagreement and, you know, one of us starts getting loud, and usually I'm the one to be aware, like, okay, let's calm our tones down, like, let's relax. And if my partner doesn't start doing that, and if the baby's in the room, I'll revert my energy to my child and be like, yeah, you know, mommy and daddy are having a very lively conversation right now. We're gonna work and do our best to like watch our tones and our voice, so that, you know, you don't grow up thinking that you have to yell in order to get your point across. Like, I will literally, in the middle of that conversation, ignore him so that he can be aware that there is a child in the room, and to completely change your tone and attitude. So tone and attitude is everything, and it really changes how someone's might perceive what you're saying and how they will respond to what you're saying. So tone and delivery. The other thing is trusting the process. So like, let's say you want to do something, right? Like, you're stuck in traffic, or like you're late somewhere, or like you go to an event and you was expecting to get something and you didn't get something, and you're frustrated and you're upset about the fact that it didn't work out in your favor. And then you come home and you take that anger out or that frustration out on your spouse, on your child, on your dog, on the wall, whatever. That right there shows that you lack emotional intelligence. Because if you truly have emotional intelligence, which is also a spiritual practice, is the fact that you will realize that the universe and God does everything for a reason. And the reason why it didn't work out for you is because it just wasn't supposed to, and you trust that that was the reason. You know, you trust that everything is flowing how it's supposed to flow. Like, you're late, you're running late, and you're in traffic, and then you realize that, oh shoot, there was a horrible car accident happening ahead of me. That was God, the universe, protecting me from something that I didn't know was going on myself. You know what I'm saying? You kind of have to have that mindset when things don't work out your way, and know that everything else is working for your good at the end of the day. So yes, trusting the process absolutely helps with emotional intelligence when things are not going your way. And the last thing that I would have to say is having faith and prayer. So for me, like, praying and meditating on things that frustrate me has really helped me in situations where I need to gain clarity, because I know that, you know, I am not the best, and I know that I have a lot of things I need to work on, and especially when I'm angry, I'm not thinking clearly. And so therefore I like take a moment to just kind of like pray it out, or like write it down in my journal and read it back to myself. So journaling is something that can like really help you gain clarity on a situation. And yeah, so I mean, that always helps. I mean, personally for me, I don't know what your faith is or what you believe in or whatever the case may be in, but yeah, prayer is the thing for me. Meditation, that's what I need. So that is what I do when I just cannot figure it out. Take time to myself, self-care, and in the process, prayer, meditate, give myself my affirmations, do whatever it is that I need to do to fuel myself so that I can face challenges the best way that I can, the best possible version of myself that I can bring to the table to help resolve that situation in a healthy manner. Okay, And last one that I had to come back and add on here, I was editing the video and realized I missed out a really good point, would have to be, do not take everything so personally, okay? Because a lot of the times when people are talking to you crazy and you're like, why the fuck is this dude talking to me like this? Like, I could just literally slap the taste buds out of his mouth. Like, who is he talking to? Like, when you start feeling like this, or you start looking at this girl like, ooh, my foot could just come enter through your throat, you have to think, there's a reason why this person is talking to you like that. And just know that if she's talking to you like that, if he's talking to you like that, more than likely they talk to other people like that as well, because it stems from childhood. It stems from something that they had to deal with when they were young. And it just, you know, everything, how we turn out to be is all a product of our environment and how we was raised. So to really try to take things, not to take things so personally, it's very, very hard to do. But once you do that, you're able to kind of like step outside of the moment and have a little bit more compassion and understanding for the person, which is something that I still struggle with, but I am working on it. At least I am aware. And yeah, so definitely don't think things so personally. And moving on in life, you can apply that to everything, because you know how sometimes you feel like people could be treating you funny and you be like, oh, why is this person acting this way towards me, when it can really not have nothing to do with you. Like, this person could just be having a bad day, lost a loved one, or whatever the case may be, you know? So yeah, don't take things so personally. I'm still learning and growing, and I'm just sharing what I'm learning along the way, okay? And I would have to say that definitely having a child is forcing me to grow in ways and accelerate my growth in like ways that I couldn't even imagine. Like, and I'm very much so thankful for that. And yeah, if you are with a partner where you realize that you are growing and you are excelling and you know, you're doing what you need to do to be a better version of yourself, and if your partner is on that same path with you, sis, you're gonna have to reevaluate that relationship, because that person is going to block your blessings and hold you back from thriving in this life. So if you feel like that you have outgrown that relationship, then you know what you need to do. Because sis, if I'm in that situation and I'm still dealing with the same shit a year from now, let me tell you, I'm not going to be with the partner that I'm with now, and I'm just keeping it 100% with you. And because at the end of the day, all I can do was best for me, and what's best for me is ultimately going to be best for my child, because as long as I'm happy and I'm thriving and I'm doing what I need to do, my child is going to be happy. So yeah, that is all we have today. If you have any more suggestions on what to do in regards to like boosting your emotional intelligence, please comment below. If you like this video, please like it, because then that means that I'll do more videos like this. And don't forget to subscribe. I don't have that little ding 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 that all the fancy YouTubers have. I'm working on it. But yes, you know where the subscribe button is at, and you know where the like button is at. Until next time, I love you, tribe. Bye.